Good evening, everybody. You are back with the IBC group chat school. What are we calling it
Study
now?
group. Woo!
Study group. So we got our dunce caps on here tonight, trying to figure out what we're going to do with our lives with infinite banking system. Sorry, not
Dude, and
system.
it's infinite. It's so
Infinite.
infinite. When you
It's so
I don't know your mind entirely, Alan. I don't think I ever will, to be quite honest.
no.
And that's great because I always get surprised. But I know you enough to know that you have multiple angles going on right here. And anybody out there that realizes it really is infinite, you're like, I'm worn out. But
Yeah.
let's talk about it anyways. Let's talk about another infinite possibility.
That's right. Yeah. It's very it's beyond my imagination what you could do with this whole thing.
Absolutely.
However, tonight, first of all, how are you doing? Life is good, my friend. Salute.
Life is still good. I'm doing a lot better than most.
Then some, for sure.
Yeah, for some for sure, but doing well. Um, yeah, sorry, totally still back in about what happened today. Do you want to get into that at all, real quick?
Yeah, let me slowly drop this in. Hey, first of all,
Yeah, that's all. That's good. Let's say
Crawfish,
hi to
Luke,
people.
Solar,
Yeah.
OG, GA, love you all. I know many of you tuned in tonight. John Foster, love you, brother.
What's
You've
up,
all
John?
kind of you've all tuned in tonight for IBC. We're gonna do a little switch on you because we think it's almost more critical and important tonight. I received a phone call from one of the members of our family, our group. I consider her a very dear friend and a sister of us all. I don't know that I want to necessarily. Well, yeah, we can use her name. She's in the chat all the
You
time.
got the handle. You got the handle, right?
Right? Yeah. No, she just uses Becky, I believe.
Done.
Good enough. Anyway, our girl Becky contacted us today in a complete panic because she uses a Ledger Nano S X, I believe it was. Was it an X?
Nano S and a Nano S and a Nano X.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, both.
Just
anyway, she ran into some trouble because what's going on out there in the world right now is criminal in so many ways. And it doesn't seem like in my opinion, three-letter agencies necessarily care about us because we're crypto people. And we are basically the low-level pawn scum of the planet, if you will.
Right.
So she ran into some very crazy bad things happened to her, and she was in tears on the phone with me. And I knew the people to call. And the first person that came to my mind was Simon. And then there's Simon and I know a group of people that can help you try and retrieve some of this stuff because she lost a ton of XRP, a ton to her, because she is a person who has had fallen health recently. She had to give up her little business practice in Glacier National Park. She had a nice little ice cream, little trailer thing, living life, making bank, buying crypto. Everything was going good. And then her health took a turn for the worse. And now on top of her bad health, she lost all the coins in her wallet. That's when I call my man Simon, because between my relationship with you, Simon, and how we met, and the people that were in the room when you and I met were people that were basically knew how to hack and clean up wallets and figure out where to get coins back. So I gave you a call, and then what happened then?
So I initially thought of those individuals that have had success in getting cryptos back for people, but it's really a case by case situation. But so I immediately called her once I got your fourth call, as I was outside trying to take care of something on the car, just real quick too, and that's when all hell broke loose. So I called her. I literally felt like a crypto 911 operator. So I really tried just to get it calmed down, which is really hard. And so I just had to run me through the play. What happened to you? How did you lose them? And she said she saw a post, a Stable Crew post on X, but it was a repost of something the Crypto Hulk did. Right there, I'm already suspicious because I know Alan be doing chores in the morning. So, so
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, so what happened? And she explained like this post that was posted by allegedly the Crypto Bowl and allegedly the Stable Crew, right? Repost, but the post was Ledger's been compromised, and so she navigated or she clicked on it and said, okay, inquiring how, inquiring to, hey, what's going on? What can I do? And it says, it's being reported that the Ledger Live app is now accessible by hackers that can steal your digital assets. I only have a certain type of smartphone, no home computer. How can I protect myself? Okay, so she's inquiring, right? So she got fished.
Yep.
Really good fisherman, by the way.
Yeah.
Because what I'm reading to you that I'm not going to share I'm not going to share here. I will be posting stuff on my X later because I'm taking this all the way to Ledger because this is their brand, and it is their brand. It says Ledger Support Enterprise. Even their at is not what you would see like at Ledger. It doesn't say that, but the Twitter channel says the same handle and has like multiple 31,000 people following. Okay. That it has our followers, right? And when you scroll down this, it looks like casual conversation. Like if you're really not paying attention, looking at all the T's, looking at all the I's, you're really not going to pick up on this. You wouldn't, especially when you heard some threatening news.
Yeah.
Ledger's been compromised. Okay.
Yeah.
You have your life savings separated, but in two ledgers, right? If one goes down, you got the other one. Like it's very easy to see how these things just formulate over time. And we just don't do super more proactive things because we just don't have that mindset. It's easy to default. So anyways, so yeah, this is on Ledger Support Enterprise, and I'll continue. The response after she said, how can I protect myself? Was all you need to do is manually synchronize your Ledger device to make sure your device is absolutely safe and secure. Okay, still sounding legit, still sounding customer servicey right here, right?
Right. Yeah.
Her response, how do I do that? I will guide you through the step-by-step procedure to do that now. What Ledger device do you have? Again, we're still just, I'm telling you, this customer service. I've been in this space just as long as you have. How many people can we get on the dang phone when it comes to crypto?
I know.
0 is the answer. There is no 1-800 number where we got a call center that I'm aware of. If there is, congratulations to whatever company you are, because you're literally at the forefront of saving your face on Main Street.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting a little passionate. I'll try to calm down.
No, it's good. This is important.
So it goes on through the step-by-step synchroning process. It's just straight up customer service. There is in the step-by-step, it says go to Ledger device sync.versal.app. Again, if you don't know if that's legit or not, you're going to say, okay, here's all these steps. It's looking very professional, very clean cut, easy peasy. So it goes on, and here's the first red flag, and we all know this red flag for us that are seasoned. Okay, but let's reiterate. Let me find it. I just want to read to you. First, re-inquiring. You have two devices, correct? Yes. Okay. Follow the instructions now for your second device. there's like some little glitch here. It says, do you understand now? She says, no. You have 2 nano X's, right? Yes. Is it this? So they're the step-by-step instructions. There's some point in those instructions that are taking place off Twitter. So some back-end site somewhere, right? That probably looks legit skis. Is it the same 24-word phrase for the 2, or is it different? So they're inquiring, is your seed phrase the same for one device or both? Red flag.
Red flag.
Run away. If you got a firearm and they're the roomie next to you, I'm not telling you should ice them, but you should definitely have it pointed up and start backing out from where you're at.
Yes.
Don't promote violence. Street justice, right. Maybe. Just kidding. So here's the second red flag right after. Stand by. I have to turn on the second one. Well, the battery needs charging, so I'll have to try it later. Here it is. Second red flag that honestly easily missed. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. I don't have to have this on. We're still going to back my stuff up. But she asked a good question. Don't I have to turn on the devices on? Just follow the instructions, fill out the required information with your second Nano X details. Okay, stand by. Got another error. Did you fill out the information correctly? I'll double check. Fast forwarding. I have a 24 seed phrase. Is it all caps? No, it's lower caps. Continuing on. That's the problem. Yeah, all small letters. Thank you. Well, there's a problem then. Stand by. Do you have another device or wallet? Now inquiring, do you have more than the 2 wallets, right? The thief is still going for more. Another error. Question mark. Yes, I said I have 2 wallets. Any other wallets from other than the 2 devices? Right there, man. You know, they're trying to get you to get more. And leave your Nano X plugged in, and I will get back with you shortly. Boom. So the first one that she did the whole process. She doesn't know stuff's gone because I'm looking over here at device number 2. Becky, I love you. And I want to say thank you to everybody that I got a hold of. The More You Know, Patrick Riley, Litecoin Leader, Joanna, The Voice, Real Deal. You guys are all foundational people when push comes to shove in this space. Real deal. Y'all showed up today, so thank you for that. And I know Becky is very appreciative of that. And Becky, I love you. We're still going to go the distance with the long governmental process that we're going to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she needs some love, man. She needs some love from this community, big time, because she doesn't have diddly, man.
No, I've already laid down.
You've already laid some things down. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, we're gonna.
All right. So how do I go ahead?
We're gonna do what we can in the space. I know I don't know everybody in XRP clearly, but the people that I know I've already beat up on. They've already gotten contact from me. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm hoping to open up a personal wallet that cannot be gotten into. You will be instructed over the next couple of videos that I do where you can donate. We have 5,000-6,000 people watch my videos. If everybody gave 5 or 10 XRP coins, she'd be right back to zero again. I can't imagine a better thing for you to do with $1.50 to $5 of expense to you. All of us have tens of thousands of coins. You're not going to miss 5, 10, 20 coins. And I just think that's the power of numbers. Instead of me saying, oh, well, I know a couple of rich guys, let me just get one guy to do it. It's like, that's family. It brings you together. And trust me, we all feel better when we give. The sad thing is this is going to continue to keep happening because my first red signal was this. Anytime you see something that says, oh, we have a problem.
Oh, shit.
Anytime you guys hear that, oh, we have a problem. We've discovered a problem. It reminds me of the government. Okay. And I'm not trying to bag on them, but I'm just going to go there. problem, reaction, solution is their whole game plan, right? And that's what they do. They say, oh, we got a problem. We've decided that we know the fix to the problem. If you're the first person that wants to run out and fix your problem because they told you you have a problem, that's a red flag. You need to back off and say, whoa, wait a minute. Is everybody on the planet got a problem with Ledger? Or am I the Lone Ranger? Don't immediately react when somebody says there's a problem with whatever it is you have. I'm just going to use the episode that happened in 2020, with a C-19 thing, and the people that ran out and got whatever it was immediately were guinea pigs, and they were the first people in, and you don't know what was going on. You don't even know if the first bunch of people would have had really bad reactions to the whole thing. You don't even know, but a lot of people ran immediately lined up to go. That's stand back, text somebody, call me, call Simon, whatever you can do. Call somebody and say, well, have you heard of this? Get in the chat and say, man, is anybody else seeing this? This looks like could this possibly, that's what you should ask. Could this possibly be a scam? And if everybody goes, yeah, don't click on that yet. Don't go there until we can all research it together.
Yeah,
there's power in numbers.
Yes, sir, there is. Amen. Amen to that.
Yeah. So, see, I mean, just think about this, guys. We're talking about why we're not asking a lot of coins from anybody. I wouldn't do it if the woman wasn't literally told a couple of years ago how many years she had left to live and the rest of it. And she's just the sweetest, greatest person you can. When you talk to her on the phone, like I have a few times, you just get this human being, and it's just like, wow. And I'm not talking about today. She was pretty distraught, as we would all be.
Yeah,
but
it was rough,
she's
man.
just lives in Montana, lives in the middle of nowhere, loves her daughter and her kids and the whole thing. And it's just, and her kids think she's kind of crazy being in crypto. You know how that all goes. So we don't get that. And then she gets catfished, and now she looks like an idiot. And it's just
I know. One of her one of her daughters is in the computer field. I'll leave it at that. And I was like, oh, so how's the crypto talk? And she goes, she thinks I'm crazy. Well, not those exact words, but I was like, okay, but I'm like, of course. It's just great. Here's mud on the face. I feel bad for her. I really do. I'm glad you're setting some up, Alan. Let me know when that is. In fact, I would love for you to come on the Dipito Let's Talk Crypto show tomorrow. So you have that information, so you come to the show. We can spread the word there as well, because she is a part of our chat as well. We love her dearly. She's always in there being positive.
Always. And I like I said, I reached out a couple of other content people, and I'm going to see what they can do for all of us, and her included, mainly her. Mr.
Miski. Yeah, it was all XRP. All.
So we're going to replace that.
Yeah, we're gonna do. Awesome.
I mean,
awesome. Whatever we got to do.
I think it'll happen fairly quick. I mean, it's only going to take 2 or 3 shows to bring it up, and she's in everybody's chat, so it's not like she's only on my channel. She's really big in Lewis Jackson's channel too. In fact, Becky is the biggest reason why Lewis Jackson and I did an interview, because she just pounded on the two of us, like, you two have to do an interview together. So that was kind of fun. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Time to reciprocate in the physical.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
I want to say something else that is really important, because I don't want to start too much controversy with this statement, but our nations, not just the one I live in and you live in, Simon, have really not given us any support at all. And it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
It's very, they've intentionally neglected us, not written any support or rules or laws or anything about. It leads me to believe that they're okay with it happening. And I wish I didn't feel that way, but I don't know how you can look at it any other way. I mean, when the head of the SEC won't even say whether or not Ethereum is a commodity or a security or what, that just tells you right there that he's hiding something, right? And I'm just tired of that, like, veil, that dark veil that's like doesn't seem to care about the Beckys of the world. Seem to care more about what's going on in Ukraine than they do about Becky, and that's annoying. I've had it, and I'm not an easy guy to get upset, but between what happened to the guy from Telegram in France and this thing with Becky and all of this, it leads you to the point where it's like, I just want to throw my drink through my damn laptop sometimes.
Right.
We're going to outsmart these people. We already have, and they know it. And what they're trying to do, I really believe this is true, and I'm not trying to get conspiratorial. I think they're trying to weed out the little people with hacking scams and the rest of it. Because you can't tell me, there's words I can't say on YouTube, but yet there's bots all through my chats scamming people right and left.
Oh, yeah.
And Thank you to Joanna, who's actually moderating tonight. I can see her bouncing around in there. Joanna actually submitted this morning, bright and early, before that happened at Becky, all those links and pages to X that were representing me falsely and submitted them criminally. Yeah, but it's going to fall on deaf ears because they don't care.
So
and it's annoying.
Can you sue for that?
I'm sorry?
Can you sue for that? Like, okay, you did the process, no follow-up, derelict of duty. Is that what it is? Where's Elizabeth? She would know exactly what this is.
I think you're looking at a class action suit one day for sure.
Perfect. Everybody get your digital baseball bats. Keep a record. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I'm a little wound up about that kind of stuff.
I am too. I'm glad you're puking on this, getting it out. We have to sometimes. We really do. But where was I going to go with that? Okay,
People are asking where they can help. Over my next few videos, until we get to the number that she lost, we're going. I'm going to put a link underneath my videos, and it will. I'm not going to go with all the sites to where they take 20% and the rest of it. No, just a straight wallet, hard wallet directly into that account. When that number's reached, well, I'll just say, "Oh, stop, everybody, stop. We're past the limit." So that's going to be a glorious day. I may even get her on to thank everybody. That'd be a lot of fun too one day down the road. But not this video. I don't believe. No, we're setting it up in the morning, so unfortunately, it won't be in this video. But starting tomorrow, my videos coming out will all have that link to a direct wallet, not a fun GoFundMe page where they take 20%. No, we're not doing that.
No. Well, Alan, would you mind clicking on the comment from the Outdoor Boys there? He's got another one, another kind of scam.
I got a phone call.
Yeah. I got a phone call. I got a phone call from Coinbase, a recording saying someone was trying to log in with an iPhone in Utah. It was a scam. They wanted me to hit 1 or 2. 1 for yes or 2 for no. Yep. They're just coming up with all those data breaches that have taken place recently, dude. Your butt is out in the wind. It really is. So any calls you don't already have the number, sorry, leave a voicemail. Can't leave a voicemail, you ain't getting your sorry. No, not gonna talk to you. Thank you, Outdoor Boys, for that. And I'm seeing a lot of chat, people willingness to help. Peaky, Mask, everybody. I can see it. Thank you for putting that on the screen, Alan. I appreciate that. I was going to go somewhere else when you were talking about the powers that be, but go ahead.
anytime they give you a problem reaction solution, my BS indicator just goes straight up and go, no, well, wait a minute. Well, we had a big problem. This is what, now I'm going to talk a positive story. One of the great stories and one of the great people in crypto, and I don't care what you think of them, is the twins, the Winklevoss twins. Not only did everybody get their money back from that whole thing, like, plus, it was done in such class, in such manner of like, I want to do business with those kind of companies. Those kind of people are like, whoa, 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 whoa. We look really bad in the press right now. Trust me, we're going to make this right. We got more damn Bitcoin than we can handle. So don't worry about your funds. We've just got to make sure that we have to get away from, what did they have to do? They had to set up accounts in Canada. What does that tell you?
New York, that's what they were running from all night.
It was so annoying for these guys who jumped through every hoop from day one. By the way, 10 years ago, the Winklevoss twins wanted to open up an ETF for Bitcoin. No. 10 years they've been talking about that. Wouldn't let them do it till BlackRock wanted it. I'm just saying. It's so like we have to support.
So interesting. Like, I mean, that sounds just like an anomaly.
It was a coincidence.
Like every year, and every year coincidence.
And that's why I love Exodus as well. He's had it with all of Silicon Valley, and he said, "I'm out. I'm going to El Salvador. I'm taking my toy elsewhere." Those kind of people I love in the space. Yeah.
Amen to that. Amen. Thank you for that, Alan. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's, God, there's so many great comments in here.
Hit them.
Well, this is kind of a follow-up.
They call it supposedly Coinbase. I played them for about 10 minutes. I knew they were scammers. So I like to piss them off. Hell yeah, GA, let's go. Every now and again, I'll do something like that too, where I know it's like, oh, here we go, scam. Pick up the phone. My favorite one is Amazon. Oh, hi, this is Amazon. We have it on your account. I'm like, do you guys need access to the account? Do you need me to verify? What do you need me to verify? Can I verify your social security number? Yes, your social security number. Oh, not mine. Yours. I need to get in your account first. Let me steal your money. Just real quick. I promise I'll give it back next lifetime. Promise.
Yeah. I like it. And how about that? We had a social security breach. Mm-hmm. It's like, excuse me. What? Wait, how are we supposed to get everybody new numbers? How are you people asleep at the wheel? I mean,
I vote for this. They're all compromised. Since they're all compromised, they're all null and void. So nobody has a social security number.
Right.
Nobody has to contribute anymore if you're in the workforce. Whatever money is allegedly still left over will be paid out to the current recipients, and we'll just have to do something new.
Yeah, that's right.
That's probably not going to benefit a whole bunch of people that are close to the finish line, but
no.
What do you got here? It would behoove everyone to just straight up ignore any email or any correspondence from wallet companies and exchanges. Your assets will not be compromised unless your seed phrase is exposed. 110%, absolutely. Before you read that email, were your cryptos okay? More than likely, yeah. And I'm saying that with roll my eyes, but it's just like when I've been there. I've let me psych me out. We are the perfect criminal assistants to their thievery. We're really good at it. Oh, here, front door's right open. Do you want some lemonade? We just do it, man. Got to stop that stuff.
Okay, my wife's a skeptic and an attorney. She's been catfished.
Yeah,
just don't.
I remember that.
Don't think you're above it just because you've been in crypto for 10 years.
No,
it's like,
no.
It happens because you're in an emotional place or you're like Becky's, her health and the rest of it. And you're just not thinking, you're not on your game. You haven't had your coffee yet, whatever the deal might be. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, what just happened? And it's terrible. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
What do we
Yeah,
have?
MK. Yeah, don't send funds to to Becky's compromised actress. Yeah, don't do that. Please don't. Oh, Joanna, right on. As of tonight, everyone's cryptocurrencies went overboard. Never, never, never tell anyone you have these. Never admit to owning any. Period. Sound advice. It's kind of a
Very
thing
simple.
that we might share to people that we trust, but we don't know who's listening. That's just being real. We don't know who's around. And I've had people tell me how much they have, and I'm like, hey. You could say a lot
I don't need it.
or a plethora, but really,
Yeah.
I don't need the numbers. Please don't give me the numbers. And really, even you by
Yeah.
saying a lot, someone's gonna pick up on that somewhere, man. Like, be broke with hope. That's where it's
Yeah.
at.
I met somebody in Florida, and when I first started talking with him, the first thing he told me is how many coins he had. I was like, whoa. He goes, well, we're out here on the pier together. I'm like,
What?
well, man, I don't need to know how many coins you own, man. I don't want to know. That's your day. Yeah.
They got cameras nowadays, dude. It's not like the old days, man. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, don't.
What's that? Oh man, what's that movie? Have you seen the movie Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf? That's AI that can pick. Oh yeah, okay. Next movie you watch with B-Man, Eagle Eye, he'll know it. Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Here's good advice too. The Code Man.
Yeah, Code Man, Money P. Spam emails for MetaMask, Coinbase, Trust Wallet. I just delete them. Amen. Me too. I kind of laugh when I get them. I get them on email accounts that I know for certain aren't even connected to any type of crypto stuff, man. But I know that those emails are out there just waiting to be compromised somewhere, and they're digital fisherman person asshole people.
Sort of. So
anyways,
I don't know how you could do that for a living. It's just beyond me, man. It really is.
Yeah. It's I know how, but it's just like I don't know. One day when I get the source, I just hope there's this like this moment where I get to watch karma in action.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure others have seen it, right? So I hope that might be something there. At least I can go, okay, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We're kind of our own enemies in the sense that we all we want the up to date first news, the first guy to release the news to get the inside skinny and the info before everybody else. And the problem with that is you don't have time to stand back and reflect, and you don't take the time to say, man, I don't know, this sounds too good to be true here. And they know legit fundamental stories come out about whatever it might be. This wallet's having trouble, or people have been on Twitter talking about it, and then they're like, that's our in, let's go. Because we heard, Ledger's been having troubles here and there, but yeah, I hope there comes a day. I know Elon's working on it with X. I hope there comes a day when you have to actually be you on the internet. It's blockchain. It's not impossible. We can pull this off. Bots and all the rest of that stuff are just going to keep coming. And we need to find a way for us to be us. It's him. It's that person.
Dude, reaction time. I don't know what exchanges you might use, Alan, and I don't want to know. But on certain exchanges, you have to do they used to do a picture squares, and it'd be a picture to say pick out the motorcycles. So you have to click all the ones that do the motorcycles. Let me tell you, a human is like click, 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 click. All right. Even a really good gamer would be like click, click, click. Oh wait, click, click. Okay, right. Got it. Right.
Yeah.
Computer be like, have you seen Chat GPT? Nobody can write that fast. Nobody can
No,
out type Chat
no,
GPT. No way.
no.
You know
One of the
that.
things that I came up with is like, okay, well, we'd like to send you some coins. What's your address?
Oh damn! Now you're
Yeah,
talking one that I got, dude. I got
yeah,
ripped.
right. It because they do it in an
Mm.
airdrop way or whatever it might be, and it's in the news. Okay, whenever they say something like that, you just say, okay, no problem. I'm just going to go over to Exodus and open up a new wallet with nothing in it,
Right.
right? What are they going to take out of it?
Nothing.
Can't. So if somebody ever
Yeah.
wants to give you something that sound legit ski to you, and you're like, okay, that's legit. All right, maybe it's really an airdrop, and really I'm going to do it. Don't add it to your wallet with 50,000 XRP in it. Open another one. I know it's a pain in the neck. It's not that big a deal with Exodus to open a second wallet. Open the thing up and see if the coins actually end up in your wallet. I'm just saying, it's not that
Amen.
complicated. Yeah.
No. It's not complicated. It is daunting. Right? Let's
Yeah.
call it for what it is.
Yeah.
I have to do this and I have to do this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. Well, let's stop being humans in that moment. Stop the bad human behavior. And I know it's tough. And this applies, what I'm talking about right now, totally applies to IBC or anything else. Okay.
Right.
If that's the process, embrace the process and give yourself credit for the protection and the protocols you have in place to mitigate the risk. Because Willie Sutton is right around the corner, and we'll talk about Willie Sutton another night for those of you that have not read the Infinite Banking Concept or Becoming Your Own Banker book yet.
I was just talking about listening to somebody, and they were talking about Willie Sutton, and I had to laugh. I know who that is. Yeah,
got the T-shirt, man.
Yeah, because that's where the money is.
That's where the money. Well, duh. Yeah. Why do you keep robbing cryptos? Well, because that's where they are. That's where the
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ditch the ledger. I think it's not Ledger's fault necessarily, but yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do.
I don't know. There's got to be an active brand control. You and your team today took proactive action.
Yeah.
Where's Ledger? Where's Ledger's action?
I know, yeah. But see, it's hard for me because people are creating channels, YouTube channels, X places, in my name, with my logo, telling people to go to these sites and download things. And I'm like, you can't keep up with it all. There's like, you'd have to hire full-time staff just to monitor all the scammers out there. It's sad, but I know they can. I know there is a way. We will get there. We will for sure.
Amen to that.
You know, back in the day, scammers would show up at your door with a gun, but today it's different.
They're still doing that. Whole bunch of well, they're getting creative, so got to go back to the old ways, man.
Right? Yeah. They're. I was just talking to somebody who was. What wasn't you? It was somebody who was just. Oh, I know who it was. I don't want to say their name, but somebody. They're not in the chat, but they're an XRP fan. He was telling me that their relatives were in somewhere in Europe. I don't want to say the country. You guys probably already know. But there's vigilante groups going around basically shooting immigrants. And I was like, what? And he goes, oh, yeah. Yeah, and they're proud of it, talking about it at the pub. That's how bad it's gotten. And I was like, whew.
Is this in Colorado?
No, it's in Europe.
Oh, because I heard some stuff in Colorado.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't validated it. Okay. But I'm saying, I just heard there was, there's been foreign gangs that have moved in and just taken over apartment complexes, and nobody can do a thing. The owner can't do a thing. The police aren't doing anything, allegedly. Like, this is all alleged, people. Okay. Just alleged. But I believe that just with the shenanigans that have happened over the course of the past 4 years and more, right? Just finally got to a point, you know, we stopped mitigating the risk, and here we are, you know. So crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, England.
England.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was in England. I did see that. I was like, at first I was like, is this just more make believe stuff that someone's putting out there, or got a whole bunch of actors together, you know, you guys
Yeah,
over here, you guys over here. Okay, now clash with each other, and we'll make it a fake news. You know, it's horrible when we see something. They're like, well, I don't know if that's happening, but if it is, I'll be ready. I guess if it's not, then hey, whatever. I got my life to do. I never thought I'd be there, have that mindset in my life ever. You know, I'd always think there would be some truth that would be discovered, but where we're at right now, you know, the manipulators are doing a damn good job of catching up, trying to, you know, pull the wool over our eyes every day.
yeah,
So it really comes back down to old school, your community. Check it out. Check out your communities. Who's in your community? You know, both physically, digitally. You know, go have a block party. Start getting to know people in a friendly
yeah,
way. You
yeah.
know, go to an XRP event in Las Vegas and meet people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not advising anyone to take the law in their own hands.
Nope.
But there are times in man's evolution where people say, "Oh, okay, well, the system doesn't want to do their job anymore,"
Yeah.
and vigilante can wake them up, the system up, as to this is about to get out of control if you people don't get your job done. If you don't go to work, put your pants on, and do what you're supposed to get, what you're getting paid for, that can wake them up to a degree to where like, whoa, we better stop this or we're going to swing from a tree. So, you know, in that sense, it can be helpful.
Yeah.
It can expedite things. Yeah.
Well, you know, that's a fine line to cross, but if you know, if it's in your neighborhood and that's going down, if that's in your hood and it's going down,
yeah,
you know, that's what you gotta do. What you gotta do.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes I'm not promoting violence. I'm a pacifist, actually. Doesn't mean that I don't know things, but yeah.
You know, Alan, if I was in that situation right now, and I know I'm making very light of a very real negative situation. But hypothetically, if I was in that situation right now,
right,
I took the law into my own hands, and you know, I might have done the neighborhood good, but the powers that be said you broke the law, and they locked me up. I'm in a lot better place right now because I could take a policy loan and go get a damn good lawyer, or maybe even post bail,
right.
You know, and I'll be like, cool, I'm out. Right on. We'll pay that back way later. Let's focus on how I can defend myself in a lawful manner, you know. But all jokes aside, that's a very serious situation. But if you have a policy, you got options. You know, not any just policy though, but you know, block parties, nice. Yeah, I love it. Parents, yes. Wife grew up in a neighborhood that had block parties. Yeah. You know, I heard about block parties here. I'm here on the West Coast, and here in Washington State. It's really not a thing. And my wife, I've heard this phrase before, but they call it the winter freeze or the Seattle freeze. And basically, you know, for a 6 months solid, we're kind of inside most of the time. We don't really want to go out because the weather's just right. So we get used to that. We find things to do inside. But what that does is that's isolated us. And like we've got like very tight knit groups. And it takes a lot of effort just to get in the group, if you will. Like it's very cliquish, and that doesn't boast well either. Yeah, I do block parties, love it. You know,
we used to do every marina has dock parties because you know nobody has to drive anywhere. You live aboard the boat, so it's like, well, there's cold beer and a refrigerator. I don't know. It seems like simple math to me. Let's just stay here, you know. So you get the grills out, and so I've always had a real social dock party scene going on around my boat. Yeah. Anyone that saw my Patreon video today, There was a little bit of a party going on my boat. I don't know what happened to that video. All of a sudden, it wasn't there anymore. I was like, I shot like 10 minutes of this video, wasn't on my phone. I was like, huh, that's weird. Anyway, but I got part of it on there. Yeah. Well, shall we start talking about IBC or just work our way up to it?
We can jump into IBC. Outdoor Boys. I've been to Seattle recently. Hated it. Yeah, downtown Seattle ain't so emerald green city no more, man. It's just like you California boys in some of your areas, man. It's just they just letting it happen, dude. Letting it happen. But I'm not gonna go down too far that rabbit hole, but it's very much there, you know. So how do we
have a good night,
how do we
Sam?
stay out? You know, Sam, have a good night, brother.
Yeah.
May the odds be forever in your favor.
Yeah, where Outdoor Boys and Money Paradise live is a good place in the world.
Nice.
It really is.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good part of California, in my opinion.
If you don't have block parties yet, it's never too late to throw in. Amen, Megan T. And if you don't have block parties yet, it's never too late to throw some. Yeah. Look, you got a lot of Cali boys in the house, man. You can have your own meetup. Yeah.
Well, hey, speaking of, we're going to do that in San Luis Obispo. He put in there. Whenever somebody puts Outdoor Boys, I'm from SLO. SLO, SLO, is San Luis Obispo for you non-Cali people, which is a beautiful little town where my son Brent lives, the B-Man. It's kind of right on the coast of Central California. It's hours and hours and hours away from San Francisco to the north and hours away from LA. So it's in the middle. It doesn't have, well, it's craziness. It's chill and peaceful, and it's wine country, and it's beautiful.
So it's the California of the old days.
Yeah, to some degree.
Cool, chill, peaceful. I mean, like that's
a little college town. Those of you who know who the University of Cal Poly is, it's there. So, yeah.
Pay me an XLM. Well, one love, brother. One love.
Yeah. Yeah. So, let's do. Okay. We had a. Yeah, I love the wine. Great wine country there, by the way. We had a great question. Do you want to tackle this one tonight or not?
Yeah. No. I got notes because I was on a call today with Jarrett Vick and someone else, and we were running some hypotheticals on that, and it was really good to see on the topic that we're talking tonight. And I want you to go ahead and take it away with the question, but I want to tackle it because
I believe he was in the chat earlier tonight. I saw him. So
was it?
He was, yeah, earlier in the night.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
so anyway, the question essentially goes like this: there's a lot of lingo out there about 90-10 policies, 80-20, 70-30, 60-40, 50-50. What does that mean in a nutshell? Let's start there. Let's talk simplicity. What's the difference between a 90-10 and a 50-50 in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, first off, the ratios. The ratio between our base side of the policy, so that's our agreement, initial agreement that we have to pay for our initial death benefit, right? When you go to a whole life insurance company, say, hey, how much am I worth? You're worth this much. How much will you insure me? Or we'll insure you for this much. That agreed upon amount is calculated out, and then they give you, a yearly premium that you have to pay. Okay, so that's one half of the equation. The other half that we're able to participate in, if we put on a what is known as a PUA rider, paid up additions rider, What that is in a nutshell is it's an opportunity for us to buy extra death benefit, and we are able to contribute a certain amount to that. So let's say we did a policy that was called a 50-50 policy. That's what that is. 50% of the total premiums that we can do without mecking out, 50% goes over to the base premium, and 50 goes over to the PUA rider premium.
So what does, in a nutshell, what does base mean and what does PUA mean? What are the differences between the two?
Base means original agreement of death benefit. That's your original. PUA is extra death benefit that you buy on the side, in a nutshell, for simplicity.
Yes.
What the PUA does, though, is it is directly reflected into the cash value side of the policy. This cash value is the thing that we are using to collateralize, take policy of loans against. Okay. And so what we're able to do is to, when we put money over in the PUA, or when we get PUA, buy extra death benefit on the side, that exponentially compounds and grows the policy like rocket fuel. So it'd be like you have LSS swap and a square back Chevy truck, but you also put NOS in the back. The NOS is the PUA. You can only use it for a little amount of time, and then it has to drop off. Otherwise, you're going to blow your engine. Or in the insurance world, you're going to mech out, and you're going to get Uncle IRS Sam trying to get a hold of you to say, hey, man, all that is not insurance. That's investment. You owe us everything you got. Hence, blow your engine, right? You're out. You're not doing good. You're on the side of the road.
So what you really want to do is you want to put as much as possible in your PUA.
Well, you do, but you don't. Okay, and here's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's talk about all the way up to mecking out. Now, there's things that now I can't speak totally to insurance because I am not a licensed agent. Let's get that out there. But this is what I've
your
learned.
Strategy, the way you're running your account. Yeah.
Okay, so here. Okay, so on mine, I have. Let's be clear. The first number I'm going to say is applied to the base, my original agreement. Okay. And the second percentage number that I'm going to give you is applied to my maximum amount that I can contribute to PUA. I'll say it again. The first number that I'm going to share with you in percentages goes to the base side of my policy, the original have to, no ifs, ands, or buts agreement that I have with the whole life insurance company. Okay. The second percentage number that I'm going to give you goes to PUA, extra death benefit on the side. Here we go. Okay, so my policy is a 30-70, 30% base, 70% PUA. Now, what is it 30% of, Simon, and what is it 70% of, Simon? My total premiums per year, total 30, 70 equals total, is $15,000. So what it really breaks down to is I have a $5,000 have to, no ifs, ands, or buts obligation per year to the base side. Yeah, base side of my policy. Then if I want to, I don't have to, but if I want to, for a short period amount of time, in most policies, I can contribute $10,000 for a certain amount of time over there in PUA maximum. Once I've hit that threshold, the party stops and I got to find another hole to fill. Now, I'm also going to share a few other things in here because these are special things. They're called riders or term riders. So in order for me to do this 30 base, 70 PUA, I had to buy some term, but this was convertible term, which is, there's a bonus there. Okay.
Very key.
And I made sure that I had a long period of time before to make sure I could convert it, not like in 5 years, like some others that we just found out over the few days that we found that out. But that was a good lesson.
Yeah.
And also, but also with this term writer that I'm able to do is I'm actually able to stick in $10,000 every year for the next 30 years before I'm 65. So my age now to before I'm 65, I can do that. Now you might ask me, Simon, well, why would you do that? There's some compounding that can happen over time, maybe faster. Maybe you've seen an illustration or two, or seen a lot of the other talking heads out there. Let me address that. The reason why I was like, yes, on this, because it meant 3 different things. One, it gave me the ability to do a 30-70 so that I could have a little extra money to be liquid to me in my life for my needs specifically. Second, it only cost me $20. I'm okay with $20.
Yeah. You can
right.
That. Yeah.
But the real third thing was it gives me an opportunity for the next 30 years to, when I'm paying myself back with interest, I have a place to stick that, because this isn't the only policy that I will own. I will own several. That's my goal. Several.
More than likely. Yeah.
But more than likely. I will do my best to get as many as I can within the stability of my life. But this at least gave me a shot, an opportunity to put some more PUA somewhere in the next 30 years. And for me, being in crypto, that is a win, 100%. So
it's an empty, like Dave used to say, or would say, it's a hole, empty hole in the ground.
I got an empty hole.
I got a place to stuff a windfall. Yeah,
and that's right. I got a place to stuff 10 stacks for the next 30 years. And I like that, because my mindset was this, and please write this down, fam. Write this down. It has to be sustainable. When you're looking at a policy, you need to know that you more than likely can meet that base, my 30%, every year without question. Like, it's not gonna rock your world. That base side has to be comfortable with you. And I'm gonna say on your worst day. So really think about that. Now the PUA, that should be hard for me to kind of get. That should be like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fill that up. Great, that's what you want, because there's gonna be other processes like to pay yourself back with interest. I need a whole.
Yeah.
So
I love that explanation. So I want people to re-listen to that entire segment if you're not clear on what we just covered, because that's a great explanation, Simon, of exactly what we are doing. We've kind of I shouldn't put myself in that category. Simon is kind of hybrid between the help of JV and some other people. He's made a hybrid that's going to work for a lot of people that don't want to have to spend 15 or 20 grand a year or 50 grand a year every year.
Oh, yeah.
Where I can just do my 5 grand. Okay, I'm cool with that. In case I can't cover a lot of stuff, or I don't want to have to sell my crypto. I've got this 5 grand and I can keep her floating until the windfall of crypto happens. Then I can open up a bunch of holes in the ground and I can stuff it in the holes, which is what you're doing. Yeah.
Right.
Brilliant tactic.
Exactly.
I want to get a hold of it. I want to mention a couple of these people in the chat, because I don't want them to go away without me saying something to them.
Sure. Say what's good.
First of all, OG, I had no doubt in my mind, as soon as you said you were up for a position, you were going to get that job. It came immediately to me. I was like, oh, he's going to get that.
Oh, he got the job.
He got the job. Yeah, I'm so stoked for him.
All right.
Yeah, that's a big move for him. Simon, have you ever talked with OG?
No, man. No.
You got it. I got to share you.
We'll have to connect. I'm down.
He's young, sharp, family man, awesome, intelligent. Perfect. And I'm just like, great. Wow, with America's in good hands with people like that around. I love it. Let's see. No, there is no block party in the country when you got fishing, shooting, hunting. You get to throw something dead on an open flame. Now you're talking about what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, Just throw it on there, grill it hot, and then eat it half cooked. I'm telling you,
I love that. Getting raw with Alan Staple. I love
right.
it. No, just throw something dead on the grill.
Just make sure it's dead first, because that's not
Well, that's gonna be an interesting barbecue.
It's important fact. But I love hot seared iron skillet on a fire, and your campground, and you got a campsite, and you got a bonfire going, or just a small fire, and just people sitting around telling stories about life. Honestly, that maybe a guitar playing or two or something in the background. I'm telling you, that's the night. I don't need suits and ties and dancing girls and the rest of that Vegas stuff. I don't need that. I need the campfire, because it's when real people really talk. Teresa, yes, we recorded, Simon, a couple hours of the stuff we did in Alabama. I'm going to download some of that too, Simon. And that's going to be
3 hours.
Something like more. 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we really sold them on crypto.
Yeah, exactly. And Phil, amen about the void of support from our government. Yes, sir. That's clearly not an oversight on their part. It clearly is their tactic. It's no longer an oversight. It's somewhat intentional. It has to be.
Negligent would be a word that I would use, but that's just me.
Negligence would refer to, it was kind of accidental almost, I would put it, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I think it's.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I don't want to get in trouble here tonight, because you're
with the wrong dude. Most people would tell you, you don't want to get in trouble tonight. Why are you hanging out with Simon?
Now, well, that's why I have a Patreon channel. That's what I say. Yeah. That's why I have a Patreon channel, so I can talk about those clowns. And they're all just clowns. Yeah.
OG had a good question.
So hypothetically, 200,000. Okay, you wouldn't want to do this.
Yeah, and it's really hard to initially front load these types of policies per se. Okay, OG or Oak. Okay. Sorry, OG. Oak. Oh, got the Oak. So if you set up a 200K policy that you front loaded, you would have to add 60K per year in POA. PUA is what you're talking about, but I know the fingers on the keyboard are right there, or the letters on the keyboards are right there. No. Here's how. Oh gosh. Here's how this works. Okay, let's go back just real quick. Okay, and I'm going to address the want and desire of front loading. Okay, because there's ways to get those funds theoretically front loaded, but you can't do that just straight up. And what I mean by that is there are ways to where you're able to pay for the current year's premium that you're in. So let's say we had a $25,000 a year policy. Okay, that's our obligation. And guys, I'm only addressing the year per year,
right,
because the first amount insured is kind of irrelevant. Okay, because what we're focusing on is our yearly obligations in a direct relation to cash value, etc. Okay, so let's say our total premium, base plus PUA, we're able to do $25,000 a year. Okay, so let's say for the first year you're able to put $25,000 in, but they give you the option, depending on situations and if you qualify, etc., you can pay back to the previous year. So now we're up to 2 years, right? This year, 2024, and last year, 2023. I hear that is a thing that can be done. Not always, it just can. Okay. Right. Do some homework on that, to talk to an IBC practitioner. Authorized protector. So there's 50,000.
Yeah.
You also have what's called that you may have available to you. It's called a PDF account. Premiums, what we pay. Deposits, a place we put it. Funds, or fund as in it funds the policy account. It's basically a side bank account, a traditional one. It does earn interest. You are going to have to pay taxes on this because it is not in the contract or the policy, right? Okay. So let's go back over that.
More in, right?
It'll allocate, right? It lets you allocate, but not direct allocation. It's on the side, and don't take me there because you had an awesome boat party. Okay, so so that's another place that you're able to stick funds as well, and you can do up to 2 years of your total premiums for the policy. So that'd be 25,000 per year. So we got 50,000 total that we can stick over there. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit. We paid for 2024 straight up. There's 25,000. We had the option to pay for 2023. There's another 25,000. We're up to 50K right now, 50,000. We have the PDF account where we're able to stick up to 2 years worth of total premiums over there. There's 25,000 plus 25,000, 2 years. We're up to 50,000 over here, 50,000 over here. Alan, how much money do we got in play right now?
We got 100K.
100K. We got 100K in play right now. Perfect. So that's a way, not the way, but a way that you could do that. Now, I have all those in play. Have I paid all that up? No, I need holes. I need holes right now. I am not looking to fill those up immediately. Why? Because like most of you out there in the crypto space, you know when fall is coming. I almost said winter is coming. When fall is coming in some way, shape, or form. And so now I have this opportunity to stick some of my windfall. Okay. And there it is. Lock, stock, and barrel. Working for me. Why I figure other things out. So that's how you do
that. Yeah. So there is a workaround, Oak. We can make it happen. You're probably going to have to open a couple things up and you have to get tricky with it, but it's totally doable. And
totally doable.
Where there's a will, you can.
That's just one policy. That's just one policy, Oak. That's one policy. If you were able to,
but
I don't know if you're married. If you're married, and you can go that route too, right? No, right. You know, the more policies that you're able to achieve, that you know for certain you can sustain on your worst day, the better.
Right. No, that's true. That's good. Yeah. To the moon, we got a Kiwi in the house. Right on. Good Lord, what time is it in New Zealand? Look, man. Whew.
Time to have breakfast, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. I think it's like 9. It's like 9 a.m.
Yeah, I'd love to go to New Zealand, man. I really would. I had a couple of Kiwi roommates when I lived in Mammoth, and then I never had more fun.
Australia.
And that's a possibility. You just never know what might happen there, Simon. I actually was mentioning that to somebody the other day, and they said, "Oh, that's interesting." And I didn't tell them the whole story. They're like, "Cool." It was funny because they were like, "This December, I'm actually going to Australia." It's somebody we know. Well,
really?
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, okay. What are you doing there?" And they were doing business, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And this is a person. You actually met at the XRP show. I'll tell you who it is later. I don't think they're in the chat, but yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. If we go, it'll be a lot of fun. By the way, I have so many things in the works, guys. I have some really cool stuff coming up for everybody. It's been a little daunting lately. We're trying to get it organized. You know, and then and then something happens to one of our loved ones, like today, and we all just lose like 3 to 4 hours of our day because that's more important. And
Absolutely.
it just really got crazy today. And thank God we have people that care.
Absolutely. Amen to that. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Alan, I'll go a little further on this. We're talking about percentages on a policy. Okay.
Yeah.
Out there when you guys are, looking at other YouTube videos, doing your own research, you're going to hear this term where they say, oh, they have a 60-40 policy. Okay, let's talk about that, because there's a reason why I said the first number I give you is the base and the second number I give you is the PUA. Okay. That might not always be the case. In my research and speak in communication, I've always said, oh, I have a 60-40 policy. I'm actually talking about PUA first and base second, right? So there's a misconception there. So when you are hearing that where they have the big number, then the little number, think about it. Well, are they talking about that money's going to base, or is that money going to PUA? Where's the big number going? So just be aware of that, because that can be a thing. And I bring that up because I know I'm not going to share any personal information here, but I was on a call with JV today, and he let me sit back, relax, and soak up the information. And some illustrations were being ran. And I remember Mr. Scott Chapman on our live last Tuesday. He mentioned that the base is really the engine, of the policy. And that was really relevant here in one of the illustrations that I was able to just look at today. It was hypothetical illustration. And that was this. So in my policy, I said I got a 30-70, right? Well, kind of the talked about standard is like a 40-60. It might be heard as a 60-40, but it's 40% that goes to base, and 60% goes to PUA. Well, this actually ended up being the opposite. This policy was a 55 base and a 45 PUA. Okay, and what that did after 3 years, it really grew really fast. It was almost like the PUA initially got that car off the line.
Yeah. The
But
nitrous.
Once the NOS ran out, the engine cooled down, and it was smooth sailing with a good tailwind. And I was like, wow, I might be rethinking this. It was good. It was really, really good to see that. And it worked out. It was looking good for this individual. Yeah, it looked good. But anyways, when you're going through this process, when you've decided, hey, I want a policy, all right, let's look at some healthy hypotheticals, because it's just hypothetical. This is if everything with the numbers that happens today, and you lived in a perfect world and you can meet all these obligations, this would be the end result. But it's life, literally life. Life is like our crypto market, man. Things happen, right? So what you see is the very maximum potential. It does not illustrate the reality, because things change over the course of years. That's right. Right. So when you're looking at that stuff, pay attention and ask the question, hey, what's the guarantee? What's the guarantee? Can you show me the guarantee, and then show me some hypotheticals, just so I can paint a clear picture of solid potential. And you're going to be able to see that, right? I think that's very healthy for you guys to do that out there.
Very much so, because like you say, everything goes up and down and you just never know. But in this instance, which is rare in investing, you have some guarantees. You can see the numbers. It's compounding. And as long as you don't mess with it, well, you're not going to be able to mess with it. You know what you're gonna rate, you're gonna grow at. And it's really a key point. It's very important to have something working for you while you're not working.
I can't.
It's so huge.
I'm doing it right now, Alan. Oh, I'm doing it right now. I'm getting a little scratch while we're sitting here on YouTube, buddy. I'm excited.
I know, it's too good. And like you said, that third year, it starts really kicking in, and you're like, oh boy,
Yeah.
look what I did. Look what I should have done this 3 years ago, is what everybody says.
I know. You know what? If I'm gonna feel, I don't know, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, it's on something like this. I mean, what better thing that's out here in our world to go, gosh, I wish I would have done this year. I wish. Yeah, that's great. There's no bad feeling because what this has done for me and my state of mind, besides really change it, I'm in. And people out there in crypto, once you're in, like you're in, you're there.
Yeah,
you're good.
You did it.
You're good. Yeah, it's a wonderful feeling.
It's like they're two totally different dichotomies. Yeah, the difference between crypto is like, oh well, it only 10x. Yeah, right? But compounding is just like this slow tidal wave that's just slowly creeping in, and you look
right.
Oh my God, look what it did, because I left it alone.
Right.
So
right. You're not focused on it. You just keep paying your premiums, maybe take a loan here and there. Occasionally they could be like, oh gosh, that's nice. But you're not, Yeah. I can only imagine the an everyday YouTube report from your whole life insurance company today at Lafayette Life.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
People will be looking at their policies. I'm glad we don't have that. I really am.
Yeah, we get to the moons of fisherman, a deckhand. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I did I did a good, I don't know, 6-8 years working on fishing boats, and mostly sport fishing, thank God. But commercial fishing boats, I did a few times, a couple of seasons. I will tell you, it's hard work. That's for the youth. Let's put it that way. I don't know, he fished off the coast of New Zealand. He's probably catching cod of some sort, I would imagine, especially this time of year, winter. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Let's see. What do we got? This question, this kind of a follow-up. But you just kind of answered that.
That's all right. We can do it again. What do you got?
Yeah.
Reiteration. That's what we got to drill it into everybody's heads as much as we can. Nicely.
He's implying, Oak's implying something here that we should go over. Everybody, that number of 25K is subject to who you are, how much money you make, what you're worth, how old you are.
Thank you.
All of that is subject to, that there's life insurance is about calculations of numbers of who you are, how old you are, what health you are, what you're worth. Everything I just explained. All of those are calculations that go into an equation to make you insurable at such and such and such number. Now, having said all that, you can open multiple policies. You can open on different family members. You can add to it in many different ways. But remember what Simon's talking about here. You want to be able to pay that every year.
Without fail. On your worst day. Think of the cruddiest part of your life. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And I'm going to say at least a minimum of 5 years.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that's half a decade. A lot can happen in 5 years. Yeah.
Right. But I would say if you pay that 5 years, you should be set after that, whatever that number is to you. Or you're definitely rolling your business. In other words, what we're doing here, guys, is not life insurance. What we're doing is setting up a business. You're in the business now of money. You're in the money business. That's what we're creating here. And now your product is money. Now your learning experience is, I have the money. Now how do I make money with it? And that's to be determined on this channel going down forward. And we're all going to learn ways to invest, how to make mad money, how to make, residual money, and how to do other things with your said 25K that you put in there every single year. That is a different number for everybody because of the pain threshold of having to come up with 25K every year is a big number for a lot of people.
Well, then that's not even, have to. Let's talk about the have to, because if you're saying have to, Alan, that's the base side. When I'm saying total premiums, that's base plus PUA max, maximum amount that you're able to do every year in PUA. Okay. Yeah. So an example of that would be this. Okay.
I can see
10K goes to base. You have to meet that obligation. You have to meet that obligation. Okay. 15K PUA opportunity. You can, but don't have to. It's in your best interest to get money over there. But if you don't fill the hole, or you put nothing in the hole, it's not going to affect you. You have to hit the base every time without fail.
It's your obligation.
However you got as obligation. If you don't hit that obligation, you're in violation of the contract, and the contract can be null and void, and all that hard work you did can be gone. Let's not play around. Okay. So I'd like to kind of spin off into another topic when you're talking about, Alan, knowing that they can meet that obligation. Cause, I know I talked to JV over the weekend, and I was talking to a few others about a dip a toe policy, kind of a thing, right? Just to break it down. So if we can go into that, that's great. If you want to still kind of address this, we can keep on going with that too.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. Wait, let's do it.
Okay.
We're what? An hour, 20 minutes. We're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, we are getting warmed up, man.
My dog is about to knock my entire arrangement over if I don't get her ball out from underneath this. So take it away.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. So check it out. So over the weekend, I was talking to Jarrett Vick, just real quick. I say real quick. Anyways, I was talking to him, and I asked him, I said, hey, brother, could you find out what's the lowest policy we could get base plus PUA? What's the lowest that someone might able to do? So he got back to me, and in this scenario, okay, this is just hypotheticals, but it really gave me hope. And the reason why I was asking what's the lowest that maybe someone can do is because I know those of you out there, we're crypto rich, but we cash broke per se. Things are tight. I know that in the world. So, the purpose for me asking the question really was because I don't want anybody to feel like they can't, because they can actually. Okay. So, JB said if you 1500 would be a super low. Don't know if it would work for everybody, but definitely, and I don't mean he said everybody. He was more leaning to the side. If you did a policy that had a $2,000 total premiums, base plus PUA, total premiums, $2,000 per year, that would work. Okay, now let's talk about what that is in reality. Let's say you did, just for simple understanding, you did a 50-50 policy. 50% of the total premiums go to base. 50% of the total premiums can go to PUA. So we have $2,000 total combined. So $1,000 over here, and you have the opportunity to put $1,000 over here. But let's delete the PUA just for a second. Somebody in that chat, break out your calculator real quick. Take $1,000 and divide it by 12. I will wait for the answer. I'm gonna look at the chat to see what pops up. Alan, no cheating either. We're gonna let the chat. I know someone's gonna put it in there. 1,000 divided by 12. Come on. I know somebody out there can do it. $8.50. No, that'd be great. I'd do that policy right now. All right, 83.3. Thanks, GA. Appreciate you, brother, man. I don't have anything to give you except a digital knuckle bump. All right.
Right.
So that means that's $83.30 per month for you to have in play a whole life insurance policy that gives you the potential to stick over another $1,000 over here. Now, some of you might be going, man, $1,000 ain't blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, if I gave you $1,000 right now and I lent it to you and you could go crush a little bit of debt, and that inevitably freed up some capital, pivoted that capital to somewhere else, like your bank, you would do it. I know I would do it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Who wouldn't?
So we're talking total would be $83.30 times 2. And that would be $166.66 per month. I don't know about where you live, Alan, but that's about what it costs for my internet bill. I could stop drinking Starbucks, and that'd probably be my monthly expenditure. Actually, probably half what I spend on Starbucks. Like, there is a way to do that. Yeah. Any word on the
I didn't
bot?
mean to confuse.
That's all right. It's good.
I didn't mean to confuse you.
It's all right. I'm low on tea, so I'm gonna see if my awesome sweet angel would come down here and grab my cup and give me some. If you're listening,
is Angel in the chat?
Angel in the chat.
Angel
in the chat. It'll probably be about 30 seconds right here. Please, if you can. I'd love you a lot.
Any word on the bot? Is there a tutorial of its use? I got the book today, Becoming Your Own Banker. You are first of all, the bot is a whole different category. But if you got that book and you understand that book, and the second time you read it, the light bulb goes off. Of course, you might get it the first time, you look pretty sharp. When that light bulb goes off and you go, oh, this isn't complicated. This is pretty simple. It's not even about life insurance. It's about using money. That's what it's about. We're not going to confuse it with life insurance. We're going to say we're opening a bank account with a life insurance agency, and you have a contract that they have to commit to. They've been obligated to you and you to them. And it's like, okay, I'm going to use that contract that they gave me to its fullest to make every single penny and dime I can possibly obtain from my own intelligence of what to do with money. That's what that is empowering you to do. The bot is a slow wealth building creation toy that we played with. Yeah, which is fun. Yeah.
Okay, so seriously, I tip my hat to you for getting the book. Way to take that first step. Now, if you open it and start reading it, I'll seriously give you 2 knuckle bumps on that. Okay. All jokes aside, congratulations on getting the book. Okay, second, let's address the bot real quick. Any word on the bot? The bot is still in beta test. Coinbase did this major change to the APIs where everybody that's currently using the old API, yes, you're awesome. I heard the door. Hold on a second. Oh, thank you. Here you go. Rocket fuel. Woo! That's called PU. That's PUA in a cup right there. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. So the bot. So what's going on right now is there's only 2 of us that switched over to the new protocol for the API protocol that Coinbase has in play. Okay. Now, what's going on is they switched up the code and how the key is read. So you have a brand new key that looks totally not even close to the same that the private key and the public key looked like when I first set most of y'all up. Okay, so we're still switching that over to where it totally works. We got one individual working, but for whatever reason, mine is not 100% on board. So if I'm having a problem, some of y'all might be having a problem. It's only at Coinbase. That being said, if you go to the autocryptoinvestor.com, if you scroll down, there's 2 videos on how you can set up the bots with Coinbase and Binance US. If you would like to set up the bot with Kraken, because that's the only other third exchange we can do, please give me a call. Put my phone number in the or you can just email me and just put interested in bot, interested in the bot, and I'm going to put my email address all lowercase in the chat. And I did want to answer another question that I saw. Another Washingtonian is in the house. So the bot is still, yeah. So once we had to do the change that code, once we change code, it screws other things up. So it's like once we have to make a change, we have to make sure everything's still running and working and all that. So by all accounts, everything is still good to go. But I'm putting my email in the chat, Simon SEZ_crypto@protonmail.com. There you go, everybody. MW. Yes, I've been to PA. Port Angeles. Absolutely. I'm just behind Camino Island. You can get a map and look at what's behind Camino Island. You can do the math from there. I don't need any stalkers right now. It's really a bad time. No, I'd love to do a meetup in Port Angeles, even if it's just two. Beautiful ride over there. Coming from Woodby Island, taking the ferry to Port Townsend, and that drive, man, it's nice. So yes, yeah, I'd love to get hooked up there.
And somebody asked, Life with Glee, what is PUA? Many have already nailed it in here.
Yes, GA nailed it, but I'll just say it: paid up additional or additions insurance / death benefit. It's like we're doing micro purchases of death benefit. We're buying in small chunks. That's what that PUA cap is. I can only spend $10,000 per year to buy more chunks of the death benefit. And mostly the reason is for that, why there's a cap on it, is so that we do not mech out modified endowment contract. Okay, if we do that, if that is allowed to happen, we're going to get the IRS at our door in a manner of speaking, and we're going to have to pay taxes on that gains because they're going to consider that investment. Yeah, they're going to consider that all investment. Yeah, so meching out, bad. Having multiple policies and spreading it all out as best we can, very, very good. Specific policies. Don't just, if you got a whole life insurance agent, I totally recommend IBC unauthorized IBC practitioners. You know, we got JV and Mr. Chapman, I'm sure, is over there too. But if you want to just give Alan a call, an email. In fact, let me put my business phone number down there. If anybody wants to call me, IBC related or crypto, or you just want to shoot the breeze, here's the phone number: 425-412-0924.
You're brave. I just put my email out. Well, if you guys, if you email me at alstaple@gmail.com and give me your contacts, I will get back with you. It is a little crazy, so it might take me a day or two, but I promise I will get to you. If you fall through the cracks of not hearing from me in 3-4 days, just remind me. So it's important that we get a hold of you guys, because it is a good time to be connected to Simon and I can tell you that right now. We're doing good things. We're helping a lot of people. We're empowering people. And I think it was Cody in here. I'm sorry, I keep calling him not his studio name. But he had a really he had a really cool comment. Yes, this is well put right here.
Rich Dad made me piss about 9 to 5. 9 to 5. This book made me excited about the grandkids' future. Yes, that's that's a good
References.
analogy.
It's so good because it's so true. Rich Dad. He's talking about Rich Dad Poor Dad. The book.
Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah, the book Rich Dad Poor Dad made me pissed about my 9 to 5. This book, Becoming Your Own Banker by R. Nelson Nash. God bless you, sir, very much. Made me excited about my grandkids' future. Amen, dude. Well said, Money Paradise.
Yeah, it's so true. It's empowering people. That's what this whole show on Tuesday night's about. Well, my show in general is about empowering people, and
I've got the power.
Right. And as soon as you get this concept, and you're any diligent individual at all, you're going to use this thing, and 10 years from now, you're going to look back and go, the single greatest thing I ever learned about money was that book. I'm telling you, it's not maybe. That's going to happen. Now, in the future, we're going to do stuff like, we're going to have I'm going to get you guys into some trusts that you're going to be able to understand a little bit more about trusts, what they do for you, the way they work, how it works, what they're going to save you. I have some people that I can't wait for you to know and be introduced to. That I think is going to be a separate show. I don't know yet, because that would require a plan, and I don't have one of those yet. So I'm still kind of like throwing it up and seeing what sticks, and shooting from the hip, or whatever they call it. I'm having a hard time. Anyway, I'm having a meetup with a gal who I think a lot of, and I think I'm going to be able to share her coming up in the future with you guys. I think you're going to get clarity about trust from this person. I don't want it to be a big mystery. I want it to be one of those things like, I understand why I have to afford this. Not like it's a luxury. I have to get this because I don't want to give it to Mr. Biden. I want to spend it, and I want to enjoy it. I don't want to give it away. As I like to say, like the Chili Peppers talk about, give it away now. We don't want that. We want to. We want to spend it. We don't want to just spend it on, Sleepy Joe.
Or Trudeau.
Or Trudeau. Whoever.
Yeah, or Trudeau.
Yeah. Whoever.
Well said, John. Dang it.
Trust me, we are all interested in a trust, and you were going to want one day. That's for another show. That's for another time, and it's not something we're doing right away, because I haven't really pounded it out yet and decided what we're going to do with it. Because the last thing I want you guys to do is get a trust or get a policy and go, oh man, I didn't get the right one. I got to get a new one now. No, we're not doing that twice. It's sort of like, it's like all those people that bought the wrong coins in the beginning, and now they're sitting around going, all right, okay, now I got to get completely out of Cardano, and I got to buy XRP. Like, we don't want to do that. Actually, coins are easier. I'm talking about policies. My wife and I have already done it. Excuse me. And JV's already done it. He's already said, wow, man, the first policy, I just got all JoJo, the circus mouse, and got all wound up and just bought something I didn't need because I wanted to do it. And now I end up, oh, wow, I didn't get the perfect one. And I want you guys to get the right one the first time. Not just trust, not just coins, not just knowledge, not just infinite banking. I want you to get this to where you stand back 5 years from now, and you're going to go, look what we did and look what we know. And now I know what the people who hired Alan his whole life know 20 and 30 years ago. I know it now. And now I'm going to empower my friends and the people around me to learn about money and how money works and how to get money to work for us.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Let's go. That's what we're up to. Yep.
Hey,
we're gonna bring all you guys with us, because that's what I'm doing. What else am I doing? Yeah. No, I own Cardano. I'm not saying Cardano. God. I know he's just giving me a hard
Oh,
time.
here we go.
Here
You're
we
scaring
go.
the people, Alan. Scared
No,
we're in the middle of a bull run. You get and price drop today. You can't say these
yeah,
imply negative things about cryptos. Just
yeah.
kidding.
Just so you know, I actually he's another guy that emailed me at Alan Staple, Al Staple at gmail.com. And we shared numbers and I got a hold of him. So he and I were talking last week and I feel like he lives right down the hill from me. So I feel like I know him a lot better than I did before. And he's been in my chat for 2 years, 3 years, maybe. So it's really cool. We all get to meet up.
On the working on things, Alan, I just want to put this out there. Maybe people could, can I do a quick poll on the side? What do we call it? It's not really a webinar, but more of a Q&A kind of thing. Okay. Folks, I just want to take a quick poll. Put one for a yes, and don't do it right now. I know some of you just are bored and like to mess with me, but what I want to know is, would you guys be interested in just having an IBC, I guess webinar, if you will, but more of a just open discussion where we can lock eyeballs on a different video platform, and you guys can kind of just hit us with your best shots. Would you guys be interested in something like that? If you are, just put a 1 in the chat so I can kind of take a quick survey, because I know that might be helping some of y'all out there. Or if you're watching this later, in the comment section down below.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
And that way, well, we're always going to do this show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're not
always. Always.
Yeah. Right. We're always going to do this one. So.
Yeah. No, this ain't going away. I just, Yeah.
There you go. And what I was talking about with trust earlier, I'm going to add content, but it's not. I don't think it'll be a weekly show, but I don't know that to be true yet. So.
Okay. 2.
But yeah. So there's some ones in there. The ones are. Yeah.
I'm gonna count them.
So more specifically, Simon, what are you talking about exactly?
Okay, so I'm actually talking about
Zoom call.
Yeah, Zoom call, and say a book reading. Okay, not the whole book, but we're just gonna take a small section, to where we can really dive down deep, have some open conversations to where it's a give and a take. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but when Alan is doing an interview and he's engaging with people, even in the chat, like, he loves that. It's give and take. So if we're able to go maybe a step further and people can do a bigger explanation, we can probably get more of a focused answers and understanding. And I know I've had that. I've had that with JV for the past year. Alan and I have had that. Elizabeth and I have had that. Like, there's a lot of talk going on behind the scenes. I was like, I really think it'd be beneficial to the crew if we were able to have that in some type of capacity, open talk, open discussion, etc. So
yeah,
that's where I'm going with that initially.
Because there's probably quite a few people in here that really aren't really even that much into IBC. They're just wanting to hear what you and I have to say about,
right.
anything, But yeah, it'd be good to kind of get a more serious group that want to just talk IBC.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Because some people are just reading and just soaking it in. But I was like, let's just offer it, see what happens for it. And, we can make it a regular thing and, something like that in the future. All things are possible. All things are,
This show is really to introduce what the two of us feel about it, what we like about it, for people that are new to it, who can come to somewhere and go, wow, okay, these people are talking my language. They're still staying basic. I just heard about the book yesterday. Wow, they're still answering the dumb questions forever. Mm-hmm. And I will, and we will. We don't have to graduate with this group. We can just kind of keep everybody on board here. The other thing that this channel is going to do right here on Tuesday night is once we've had a couple of people go through the process and they've actually started using it, what Simon and I would call level 3, level 4 people who are
I would say you're definitely a level 3. That level 2, 3 is kind of a blurred, but yeah, actively using the policy. Yeah.
You're changing your life by using the strategies that he and I've been talking about for 9 episodes now. You're seeing the play. You're doing the play, you're seeing it. We would have you on and probably interview you, not just JV and Scott. We would interview you as well and say, well, what was your experience? And, what'd you have to do? And you had to go to physical. You had to do this. Yeah. You walk the whole gauntlet of what happened to you and what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's
what it was like.
That's great. Yeah. No, everybody's going to be different. I mean, that was a great, that was, when we went to Florida, we saw multiple different people there. They all came from different walks in life. Their situations were different, but when we did the explanations at lunch, and and also back at the condo for a few hours, it really brought everything together. And the interaction between everybody that was there in Florida was great, and everybody grew. And Alan saw it. I saw it. JV saw it as well. We saw these people that came to visit us in Florida, and they just they lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm definitely seeing it. Okay, go ahead, Alan.
And exactly what you're talking about. This individual right here was one of the people that was with us.
Yeah. Renegade.
Yeah. By the way, I love that name too. By the way, yeah. I may have to.
He is a renegade, total renegade. Like that fits. I can see him. I can see him on a steel horse.
I know, me too.
With the leather, with the cut on. And say renegade. I can see it.
And another thing too. He's a guy that we're going to have interview. We're going to have that guy on one night for sure.
We should make sure.
I see us having
families watching too.
Right, we're gonna have Crypto Professor on, who I don't see in here tonight. We're gonna have
been a little busy. He's got things going on.
Those of you who've seen Chocolate Tobler, he'll be on one night. Just people that we met that are just like, wow, way more into money and understanding money and the knowledge of it, and the use of it, and want to apply both the trust and the IBC to make themselves a fortress, so that they can crush the planet on the remaining days and years that they have on it. It's going to be, it's so empowering, guys. We're having so much fun. And we get to do it with you. That's the best part. My favorite part is the meetups, because I get to meet people and I don't have to talk shop all day. I can actually just talk about their dog and their cat and their kids, which is really what I care about. But, you got to talk a little bit of business, otherwise you can't write the trip off, right?
Yeah, safety meeting.
Yeah. Right. Outdoor boys or not outdoor boys?
No. John Foster started that. I saw that was kind of interesting. John, it's coming out in the next month or so, but I'm actually going to be doing kind of a side show with Money Paradise and B-Man, and we're going to kind of go down this rabbit hole in real time of implementing IBC without a policy for those that are, it's hard times for everybody. So there's functions of this process in this book that you can do right now today without the policy.
Sure.
And
it's logic.
It's just, all we're doing is we're throwing the football in the side yard. That's what we're doing. We're setting up our own tires in our front yard and starting to run drills just in our own front yard, or just, whatever your sport is, if you're into it, you're just learning how to do that. So when the time comes and you're ready for tryouts and you're ready to join the team, and then you're getting ready for that big game, you already have that in play because you've already done this physically / mentally. And that could be beneficial to your wife if you're really wanting her to maybe, hey, listen to this. This might make sense to you. So
Yeah.
I encourage that.
I have to admit,
I will be
I have
right
to
back.
admit, I didn't know anything about this.
Speaking of Fortress, they pulled out of I Trust Capital. Who did? Who pulled out? Fortress?
Fortress. I did not know that. That's new to me.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, Renegade. Yeah, generational wealth for sure. That's what we're creating here for sure. You got the email late last night. Well, make sure it's not spam. Make sure you're not being catfished.
Is there a hyperlink? Is there a hyperlink? Is there a clickable link in that? Maybe.
Just make sure.
That's interesting. I might go to the old Googles here because they're always right. Fact checkers. But let me. No links. Okay, let me. I know. I'm kind of trying to make light of a scary situation. All right. Let's see here.
Because that would worry me a bit. Although I love I Trust Capital, and I know that all your reserves and everything that you have with them is secure, so I'm not too worried about that. Maybe there's go into a different security protocol. You never know, right? Doubling up with somebody else, who knows? I don't know. I'm definitely speculating those last two sentences. I have no clue. When we all see and read things like this, be very skeptical of it. Yeah. Do your research. Don't just start pushing buttons. And the last thing, do not ever give your seed phrase. Don't give your seed phrase on your deathbed. No matter
what.
Yeah.
No matter what. As a with crypto clients that I've helped over the years here, I don't want to know it. I'm not going to ask for it. I can guide you through where you need to put stuff, but I don't want the damn words. And I apologize for the cuss word right there, but I'm just really putting emphasis on I don't want them. If anybody's asking for them, they are not a friend to you. Real friends don't let friends give up their seed phrases.
No. Yeah, another thing too, there's more and more sites using my likeness or my channel likeness or my logo. I'm never going to ask you for anything. I'm giving you things. Okay. I'm giving you things. That's what we do on this channel, right? That's what we're going to do for Miss Becky. That when I put a link down and I say this goes to Becky, I mean every dime of it. That's what we do. And that's the first time in 3 years I've even asked you to maybe even contribute to something. When we gave you the block, we gave it to you. When we do these shows on Tuesday nights, of course, there's somebody who we're going to have to put you to that receives a commission, of course, because they're professionals and they've studied and they know what they have to do. There is a commission involved in that, of course. You can't get a life insurance policy without it. However, I'm not ever going to ask you, put your account here, download something. I'm never going to ask you to download anything. I'm never going to ask you for your seed phrase. I know all you know this, but it's so important.
No, it's worth repeating.
Because there's so many. And another thing, whenever you're in the chat and you see somebody talk about Amazon coin or something, look down and see if there's 2 or 3 other people talking about Amazon coin. If there's any more than 2 people talking about it, it's a bot. That's another one it'll help you a lot. I try to delete those. It's a lot of work, guys, trying to delete all the bots and the scams out there. Just alstaple@gmail.com. Give me your contacts. I can't know everybody, but I am getting to the point where it's like, okay, I understand my position and what I'm doing. And it's time I got my contacts out there, and it's time I got more people. And I want to talk to people and explain, hey, you do have somebody to talk to. And it's not just going to be me. It's going to be my son. It's going to be Simon. It's going to be JV. It's going to be people that care about you. And the moment that any one of those people do not care about you any longer, then they won't be part of this group, period. Also, when we met those 6 people in Florida, 2 or 3 of them have reached out and said, Alan, whatever I can do for the whole, I'm in. Let me know. We're talking about X, whatever your job, whatever your skill, whatever your talent level, and whatever it is you want to do, and you want to help a group, let me know. Email me. Tell me, hey, I don't know whether I clean gutters, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're all important, and we're all in this together as a community, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, now I'm babbling on.
Babble, babble, babbling on. That's what he does, is babble on.
My brother and I are looking into a Wyoming LLC. Nothing wrong with that. Wyoming makes good LLCs. I think that's probably a good call. Yeah, that's probably a good place to start.
What are your thoughts on South Dakota as well? I heard things a couple years ago. I was just wondering if you. Okay.
Guys, I am not an expert on LLCs.
No, just a curious question. That's all, because I heard South Dakota was really close with Wyoming, but that's what I heard. I didn't do any research, didn't go down that rabbit hole. I figured that got brought up. Why not ask?
Yeah.
Why not ask the question?
So I just want to say this. They're a lot cheaper than a trust, a lot cheaper. There are some downsides to LLCs, and you sort of put like a target on your back that says, hey, I'm getting this LLC to avoid taxation. And so that's kind of low-hanging fruit for the 3-letter agency who says, oh, what's he doing that for? Let's look into that. Let's see if all the T's are crossed. So I'm just saying it's really it's something to consider. Trust, in particular, really good trusts, are a whole lot better, but they're a whole lot more expensive too. But you can wait until you make a lot of money with crypto, and then you can go the trust route. But if you have a business and you're making quite a bit of income, you can do real well with an LLC. That I will say that. I know it's really worked for Elizabeth, my wife. It's really helped her out a lot. So
yeah, I should. Yeah,
they are beneficial. Oh no, John Foster, I didn't push buy on crypto. You did, sir.
John Foster saying a babbling Alan is what got me into crypto.
Yeah, brother man, I'm glad you did, and I hope it works out for all of us. But that was just me babbling. Yeah. Yes, Wyoming's a great state for LLCs, from what I know.
Yeah.
People, it's almost 2 hours. I think we should get out of here. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Any questions on the ratios and the policies? 50-50. If I say 60-40, what am I talking about? Where's the 60 go? Base or PUA? When I say 60-40, where's it going? I'll wait. Someone's going to put that in the chat. I just want to make sure someone gets it.
Somebody was listening. Yeah.
Yeah. And not.
Thank
you, guys. Yes. Joseph Williams. Thank you. Base is the correct answer, right? Right. So, that's what's going on there. That's what I say. So always ask, always get clarification when that gets brought up, please, because
it's
all right. Yep, 3 4 of you. Good job, John.
Good job, guys. It's because it's all about the base.
It's all about that base. About the base. No trouble.
I knew the DJ would get that one. Got to get that reference. Okay. Let's recap. Tonight we started off. We'll probably cut the first 45 minutes into another video, And tomorrow I'm going to do a video for Wednesday morning, I believe, or tomorrow I'll probably just launch it, about our wonderful loved one, Becky, who did not have a good day. Please be careful out there, people. There are scammers everywhere. And if somebody wants your seed phrase, they better have a gun. That's all I got to say about that.
You whipped up. Still, I'm like,
they better have a gun. Yeah.
Go ahead. You ain't getting it even then.
Yeah. And if it looks totally legit, look around the internet and see if everybody's talking about it. And if everybody in the XRP family is like, hey, man, have you got yours done yet? Then it's probably real. But until then, you're like, I wouldn't be the first guy through the door. First guy through the wall gets real bloody. Real bloody. Yeah. So, and then we went into ratios, and then we talked a little bit about trusts at the end. Trusts are going to be a different show, different night, but we will talk about them loosely in case you have any questions here on Tuesday nights. Simon, what do you got in closing for everybody here tonight?
I was just letting the words come to me. Be cautious. Take your time. Be kind, and don't forget to rewind. And I mean that seriously. Just take a step back, rewind a minute. Come back to it. That's what I got for you guys. Always love you guys. I really do. I'm so happy everybody's here. To all of you that have bought in the book and just got it, congratulations. For those of you who have read it once and are on your second turn, congratulations. And for those of you that just showed up and you don't even have the book, I'm not judging. Keep going at your own pace. Keep doing you, boo.
City, what type of accountant should I reach out? That's an interesting question. You need to get a hold of myself or Simon, and then we can discuss that with you. Bullish choices.
Yeah. Again, you could give the cell phone a call at 425-412-0924. 425-412-0924. You can give me a jingle, or you can find me at Simon says _crypto, all lowercase, at protonmail.com. It's up in the chat. Yeah, give me a call on that. I would love to chat about that.
Yeah.
Alan, final thoughts? Oh,
I started out.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. My email's in the chat earlier. You can maybe look it up, but alstaple@gmail.com. And get a hold of me. I will get back to you. I would say it started off as a really kind of a great day, and then it kind of turned a little sour for Miss Becky. And then I think tonight's show was really good. And I think we learned a lot about scammers, but then we also really covered a lot about the ratios. I really liked your explanation of the difference between the two. And you and I had spoke earlier. I really believe the ratios are backwards as well. I think it should be called 10.
Yeah, it's just how they said it.
Yeah.
I mean, people say, "Oh, there's a 90-10 policy." It's like, you mean a 10-90, 10 to the base, 90 to the PUA. And look, in my own personal opinion, that does not work out for people. I wouldn't even be sticking my toe in that water. Wouldn't even 70-30 max. Okay, because it's all about stability. The policy has to live and produce, but it can't produce if it doesn't live. And when you get down the road, you're going to want that thing producing lots of fruit for you, because you're going to really need it then, in my opinion. But yeah.
Okay, Outdoor Boys, money, everybody. Oh, thanks for tuning in. Bullish Choices. We'll talk to you soon. And Doreen, thank you so much. We love you all. And with that, we will call it a night, Simon.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.